think he's inspired a lot of kids. For grassroots boxing gyms that were struggling to pay bills are now full because of people like Jake Paul. Yeah. And for women's boxing, he's done amazing. It's women's rights to stand up and fight for equal right, and Jake's a pioneer of that. So he's done well on those two fronts.
Let's go. Whole card stacked next Friday. Let's fucking get it. Whole card, movies. Come on. Stop playing, people. Look at this.
Great.
Look at this. Come on.
Perfect. Thanks, guys. And then
I don't dislike Jake Paul. I'm just a competitor, and we could talk about the fight, what he learned, what I learned. And as I said, and I stand on it, I think there's room for us to do some good business because we're crossing over from USA to the UK. We're here to take over, not take part. And I have to go in there, stomp all over him, inflict pain, and land that right hand that he says is my only weapon. I know the energy in that building when you've got 15,000 people calling out for entertainment, calling out for power punches. I know I'm gonna deliver, I know Jake's gonna deliver. So the people in the venue are gonna be in for a good treat and they're gonna go home and say, what an event that was.
We can bring the votes in, fellas.
Huh? You had taller shoes on it the last time. You're shorter today. You're shorter today, bro.
He's strong, bro. He's strong.
Mommy, he's drinking me.
Good. Thank you, appreciate it.
Anthony Joshua snapped at Jake Paul during the Miami press conference, dropping the theatrics and making it clear that their December fight is a serious professional challenge, not a circus act.
You know how the game goes?
Yeah, if I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna break his face, I'm gonna break his body up, I'm gonna stomp all over him. That's my mentality, right? That's a fighter's mentality, and I know what's in my heart, I know what's in my mind, and I'm here to compete. I'm here to prove myself that I'm the better fighter, so I'm looking forward to it, and I'll do that until I finish fighting, no matter who it is.
Who are those opponents lined up for you in 2026?
My focus is on Jake Paul.
Okay, all right, fair enough. Is that true though? Do you have those two fights lined up already?
They're not signed, they're not sealed, but they're opportunities really. They're just opportunities in the game. But my main focus that's signed and sealed is Jake Paul, so that's all I've got in front of me.
Do you agree with the assessment that if this fight goes longer than the Ngannou fight, it's kind of a...
No, Jake's a completely different fighter to Ngannou. Ngannou and Jake are completely different animals, so I can't compare the two together. Ngannou's never boxed before either, Jake's boxed before. They're just different. Ngannou's a lot more slower, but a lot bigger and more powerful. Jake's quicker. Jake boxes in a completely different style. Ngannou's more upright. He can switch his southpaw and orthodox. Jake doesn't really do that. They're completely different fighters, if I'm honest with you. So I'm not trying to compare. At the end of the day, it's just what happens at the end of the night. I'm not in there to try and knock Jake out in 10 seconds or 8 rounds. I'm gonna go in there and do a job. I'm gonna wanna hurt him.
He admitted Paul has nerve, but stressed his training for him like any true world-level opponent, with a focused camp, clean basics, and a strategy built on pressure, damage, and breaking him down.
I'm going in there, I can fight free. If he starts getting touched up and losing rounds, I think the cookie will crumble.
Do you agree?
Whatever he said. We'll see if the cookie crumbles. I don't know what to say. I'm confident in myself. Like, I'm not focusing on him. I just know what I can do, and I can't wait to show it. I'm not gonna crumble. I'm solid. I've been through war.
The mood intensified when Paul doubled down on his confidence, claiming he will stun everyone, while Joshua stayed calm and locked in, saying he's fully backing himself and even willing to risk his own chain.
I like to challenge myself. I like to take on the biggest, the best. I said anyone, anytime, any place. I truly mean that. And I'm here to go out there and shock the world. I know what I'm capable of. I see him and what he's capable of. And we're gonna go to war and we'll see the best man that will win. But people say, oh, he's out of his mind, all of these things. I've gotten to where I'm at today because of delusional optimism. And so it's delusion until it's not, because look at where we're sitting today. No one ever thought that this would be possible, that we would be here when I first started boxing, and no one thinks I'm gonna win. So join the list and be ready to be shocked.
Joshua highlighted the true tactical danger, from heavyweight strength to absolute focus, framing the bout as hype meeting elite skill. His words balanced respect for Paul's boldness with a firm warning. If Paul can't endure constant pressure, the fallout will be physical, reputational, and felt throughout boxing. As the Miami press conference cools, attention naturally turns to Deontay Wilder, who adds a serious note of caution. Wilder said the matchup can feel almost scripted because the size and skill gap is so extreme, with Paul near 215 pounds against a former champion closer to 250. Still, he emphasized that once fighters enter the ring, the danger is real regardless, because boxing—
And I don't know nothing, but I don't know, but one person would do what Jake is doing. And that's it. And I'm talking about the weight difference. For him being, well, like I said, 215 and Joshua being 250, I don't know that there was differences. I don't know no other person have done that but me that fight that. I fight guys 20, 30, 40, 50 pounds heavier than me. You know what I mean?
But if it's not scripted then, do you think it's dangerous?
It's dangerous no matter what.
Referring to his own habit of getting scans before fights, Wilder explained that long-term damage often shows up later, after the excitement fades, and that the human head is not designed for repeated blows. He framed the Paul-Joshua fight as more than entertainment, warning that it carries real risks to safety and fairness, especially with unconventional matchups like—
It's dangerous. It's dangerous. And the one thing for sure my doctors have always told me, it's like the head, they say, Deontay, understand this. The head is not meant to be hit, you know? Because I always get, CAT scans and make sure the brain and stuff right, and making my body right. And I always try to convince other fighters and stuff, go get MRIs, go get CAT scans, and go get all that, because your outside body may feel good. You may, I'm good. Especially after a fight, the adrenaline rush is still on. You don't feel nothing right now. But after this over with, maybe a week, a month, 11, you probably are developing something that can end your career. You just can't see it right now. You can't see it. You maybe can't feel it, but it's developing. And that's why I say, because the doctors always told me, and I learned from the doctors, they say, Deontay, understand, your head is not meant to be hit. Your brain is not meant to be shook.
As Wilder's warning sinks in, the discussion moves to Amir Khan's view, which mirrors those concerns but adds a blunt edge. Khan said the fight coming together feels unreal, yet believes a violent Joshua knockout is the most likely result. He argued that Nikisa Badarian is gambling unnecessarily by putting Paul in a fight where the danger clearly outweighs the reward, reminding that Paul has a life beyond boxing that should be safeguarded.
So quick, it's come so quick, the fight has, but AJ by knockout, brutal knockout. Nikisa is making a big mistake putting Jake Paul in a fight like this because he's gonna want to see him get hurt. I mean, these guys are going for the money, where really, he has a life after boxing as well. Let's hope he comes out the ring in one piece.
Khan said Joshua's motivation is simple, a massive payday in a fight that favors him on paper, while Paul seems driven by exposure, influence, and reaching traditional boxing fans. Khan acknowledged that boxing can turn on one punch, but said he doesn't see Paul having the power or skill to threaten a heavyweight like Joshua. To him, the matchup highlights both the money appeal of crossover fights and the ongoing debate about safety and balance in the sport.
If I was AJ, I do the same thing, because at the end of the day, you're fighting a YouTuber, and why not? I mean, getting paid millions and millions of pounds. And why is Jake doing? Jake's just doing it for probably the fan following. Maybe he wants to get the boxing audience. But look, who knows? I mean, anything can happen in boxing. One punch can change the fight, but I just don't think he has that one punch to change the fight. It's just does Jake.
After Khan's warning, the focus shifts smoothly to Eddie Hearn's perspective, reinforcing the same message from the viewpoint of Joshua's promoter. Hearn said that while Matchroom isn't promoting the Miami event, he will be ringside with AJ, treating the fight with the same seriousness as a world title bout. He stressed that the team is not viewing Paul as a gimmick and is preparing with full intensity and discipline. Hearn admitted Paul has pride, real training, and experience sparring big fighters, but said none of that matches Joshua's level, power, or danger. In his opinion, Paul's best hope is avoiding a clean shot, because once Joshua lands, the ending will be brutal and clear. Every member of AJ's team expects a ruthless showing, not a friendly one.
We had a deal with the Zone to allow AJ to take this fight. I'll be there promoting AJ. I won't be pushing and promoting the show like normal, but you'll see me. You'll see me all week, and I'll be around AJ like I am every fight week. And we're taking this very seriously. It's not like we're not going into this week in Miami as a laugh. We're not saying, oh, it's Jake Paul, or this is going to be like, we're expecting a test, and we're expecting and preparing like we would if we were fighting a world-class heavyweight. I don't think you would expect anything less from AJ. He's not mucking around, he's not laughing and joking. He's relaxed, but he knows he's fighting next week on a massive stage in a fight that's very important for his...
Hearn also spoke about health concerns and public backlash if the fight ends violently, noting that while Paul is more prepared than most newcomers, he still isn't built for the firepower of a prime heavyweight. He said Joshua's legacy isn't at risk, calling the fight an 8-round setup that comes with huge money and worldwide attention. For Joshua, Hearn said the mindset is pure business: arrive in Miami, dominate with speed and power, leave with confidence restored, and refocus on title goals in 2026. He added that any elite fighter would accept this deal without hesitation. To Hearn, the plan is controlled aggression, no humor, no mercy, just finish the job and move on.
You know, and he can go over and, you know, he can't get up and the ref stop. That'll be a massive result. You know, the biggest result for Jake Paul right now is that he gets away with it by not getting hit too flush, because the artillery will be heavy. The artillery won't be, and I've lost count of how many times I've said this. Do not worry about anybody holding back. Do not worry about us going, oh, it's Jake Paul, let's not take it to... No. We're going in there, locked and loaded with the heaviest fucking artillery in the heavyweight division that will be unleashed on Jake Paul in my...
Looking at everything said, from Joshua's icy intent to Wilder's safety alarms to Khan's realism and Hearn's honesty, the picture becomes clear. This is a crossover event wrapped around a genuinely dangerous heavyweight fight. Joshua is treating it as serious work, not entertainment, and experienced voices across boxing are all saying the same thing in different ways. The size, experience, and power gap are real. Paul's confidence and fame won't change that. He is entering a division where one mistake can end a night or a career. That's why the focus keeps returning to safety and responsibility. From my perspective, this feels less like a fair contest and more like ambition colliding with heavyweight reality. My pick is Joshua by early knockout, not out of spite, but because history, skill, and raw power all point that way.
So, and it will be unleashed sharp, fast, and hard on his chin. So the best case scenario for him is that he gets, you know, it don't land too clean, because when it lands clean, he ain't getting up. And the fight's over and he's getting knocked out bad. And there'll be a lot of people that will enjoy watching it. I'm giving him the respect to say, listen, you've got big balls. But he needs to get very lucky next weekend. Not lucky to win, not lucky to survive on points, lucky that the knockout is not too clean.
In the end, everything surrounding this fight leads to one clear conclusion. Jake Paul has talked himself into the biggest moment of his boxing journey, but Anthony Joshua is treating it as a high-risk mission with no room for error. Share your thoughts below. Is Paul brave or misguided? Is Joshua taking a gamble or cashing in easily? Let the discussion start. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to The King Boxing. See you next time.